Welcome to another episode of Pistons of Fury. In this episode, I finished the fold-down back seat in my 1966 Mustang Coupe. Alright, so in this episode, we are going to attempt to... I need to fit my hinges. So I've made these great hinges for the back seat, and I somehow need to figure out how to mount them to the seat, mount them to the back of the car. So I think first thing I'm going to do is I need to put the back of the seat back in the car, maybe climb through the trunk, see what my clearances are, because the issue here is I have to make sure that... Well, here's the back seat I can just show you. So the hinge has to mount here, but it could also mount under here. I basically have to get the hinge back far enough so it doesn't interfere with the bottom of the seat, and make it stick out too far with the bottom of the back of the seat, so it doesn't stick out too far and just look weird in the back. So it has to kind of mount flush. So I just need to do a little bit of figuring that out, and I'll probably check back in with you guys after I figure that out. Alright, so where I'm at right now is I've got these hinges kind of mocked up with these clamps, these quick grip clamps. I have it clamped to, I don't even know what you would call that, the partial divider between the back seat and the trunk. And it looks like, so I positioned them from the trunk when the seat was actually folded up in its upright position, and it looks like when it folds, the seat will actually be at the perfect height, and actually maybe come up a little bit this way, for these hinges to work. So I will be, I guess, welding them to this support here, but this is kind of thin metal. It will flex, so I need to figure out some way to support that. And then as far as the back of the seat goes, this is I guess 1/4 inch plywood. So I think if I drill 3 holes in this angle iron and just use some decent screws, wood screws, that should hold. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do some extra support welding here. I might just tack it in to make sure it works and then come back and do some support on that brace. But I think first I need to drill some holes in this angle iron on each bracket, and yeah, then I'll, I guess, come in and tack weld it in place. So that's the plan. All right, so quick update here. So I did a test fit in the car, and basically where I had the hinges kind of vice gripped into place, as you probably saw, the seat actually came up a little high. It was about 2.5 inches too high where I had them positioned. So what I've done is I've come in here and I've trimmed all the excess off the bottom of the hinge so I can sink it down lower, and I'm going to do that on the other one now and reassemble, and then we'll do another test fit and see how it goes. I need about 2.5 inches to get down to the regular height, so we'll see what that does, geometry of the seat, but I am hopeful, so we'll see where this goes. Alright, so another status update. Where we are is I've got the seat, it's dark in here, got the seat put back in. You can probably see, well you can't because the lighting sucks and I didn't move my light. You can see there's a little gap at the bottom still. I sat in the seat, it feels fine. So the question now is whether or not I'm willing to tolerate this 1-inch overhang at the top. So just jump out of the car. So if you look in the back, I don't have my package shelf in yet, but the seat does protrude. It's not level with those interior quarter panel covers. But when I do get the package shelf in there, you know, given that I have the back of the seat upholstered, I don't think it'll be that noticeable. So just a quick view from inside the trunk. I've got my hinges mounted as low as they'll go, and they're clamped in place, so I may just tack weld them in place to see how it actually works. So the question is, can I live with this for now? And do I want to spend another weekend wrenching on this damn foldable rear seat project? I think the answer is no, or yes and no in that order. So I think what I'm going to do is just tack these in place and see if I can live with it for a little while so I can get back to driving the car. That's the plan. Okay, so the question, can I live with this? I believe the answer is yes, I can live with this. It actually works really well. It's just sitting up a little higher, and it may be shifted over to the passenger side slightly. So if I do that, yeah, I need to check the gaps, but I think that's livable for now. All right, so that is a wrap for this episode. I've got the back seat tacked in, as you saw in the last little bit there, the last segment, whatever it was. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. It's bare metal. I do need to paint it. It's only tack welded in, and the support braces for the back seat where I have it are not meant to carry that kind of weight. So it's sturdy, it folds fine, it goes back up fine. But I do need to get in there and secure that a little bit. So that will be another project for another day. I wanna make up my rear package shelf, and I want to get the interior, you know, as completed as I can. I'm just kind of in a mode with this car where I can't dump too much more money into special parts for it, so I'm just trying to be creative and do the things that I can do. But on the other hand, I've been finding little excuses to not drive it, right? So the back seat's out, or the back seat's not secure, rattling around. I don't want to drive it, the car's in the way, you guys know what it's like. So anyway, goal is to get this thing put back together, keep it together, do small projects on it, and drive it. So that's where I'm leaving it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please throw me a like and subscribe to the channel. Lots more to come. I'm going to be starting on my other project. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, there will be some more interesting content to come. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.